Africans in America are not trying to be Americans. We're surviving in a country that forces you to adapt or get left behind. Have you ever heard of assimilation?
Do you guys understand that you have free will? Nobody is forcing you to braid your hair with African hair braiding shops. Do you guys understand that you can book with Black Americans through their Instagram, their link in their bio? Go ahead and pay your $500, $600, $700, $800, $1,000.
Hi friends, welcome to Topisco TV. The diaspora wars is not backing down and the Africans are responding to the Black Americans. You would recall that a certain Black American woman came online to say that Black Americans should boycott African run restaurants, African run hair braiders, African businesses in general, and some people who call themselves the foundational Black Americans are saying that other Black people who are in America are encroaching on resources that are supposed to be for people who are foundational Black Americans, and as such, foundational Black Americans should boycott all immigrants' businesses. Anyway, not all Black Americans subscribe to this thinking. Some people are in agreement with it. Some other people are like, no, this is a dumb war. But the Africans are coming to speak, and in this video, we're just going to be listening to what they have to say. Please like this video, and yeah.
Do you guys understand that you have free will? Nobody is forcing you to braid your hair with African hair braiding shops. Do you guys understand that you can book with Black Americans through their Instagram, their link in their bio? Go ahead and pay your $500, $600, $700, $800, $1,000 for braids. Nobody's begging you to go and braid your hair for $200. These microaggressions against Africans, in fact, not even micro, it's not even micro anymore. These are macroaggressions against Africans. It's getting concerning. It's getting out of hand because not everything is a fight. Not everything is an argument. Not everything is outrage. You guys let Asians, Caucasians, Hispanics get away with everything, right? But when it comes to Africans, that is where you guys show power, which is fine. Let me tell you something. Black Americans are not the only group to spend money in African hair braiding shops. Africans exist in America. We are here. We spend money with our people also. So just like we spend money with you guys, we spend money everywhere as long as it's convenient, right? So let's stop acting like you guys were doing Africans a favor by getting your hair braided with Africans. You get your hair braided with Africans because it's cheap. It's very simple. So if you don't want to do that anymore, then don't do it. Go braid your hair with your people. It does not have to be an argument. Nobody's begging you. It's simple. Like, every time, outrage, backlash. You guys don't get tired? Like, come on.
Why wants to eat African food? Who forced you? Who forced you to eat it? And what African food are you talking about? Egusi and fufu? Or jollof rice? So you think the continent as big as having 50-something countries, the only thing they eat is egusi and fufu or jollof rice? Don't you think that there's more into their delicacies? They've existed for a while, so they have cultures. Just where I come from, we have over thousands of meals. There are not yams or potatoes. None of those. Made out of different sources. You may like them, you may not like them. I don't like all of them. I like some of them. But when we're gonna come here, let's not come here and be doing this to ourselves. What do we look like? And what made me laugh is that you're saying it like it should make us sad. No! Again, keep in mind, these businesses are not even making the food for you. Their focus has always been on African. Because the only people don't eat the food, so they focus on African. Nobody invited you. You went there. You went on to say, oh, people eat Jamaican, Chinese. So in your mind, you think that what you're eating that's Jamaican, Chinese, and American is authentic? You think so? You think the Mexican food you eat around is what people in Mexico eat? That's why people need to travel. Even what you eat that you call Chinese is not what Chinese people eat, if you don't know. And that is to say that you may taste food in America that is supposed to be African food, but it may not taste as authentic as what African food will taste back home. Guess why? Because you can't get all the ingredients that's used to make that particular meal. So you improvise. Take, for instance, you're making a goosey, people use spinach here. In real sense of if you're back at home, you're going to use bitter leaf, you're going to use ogo. There are options here. The meat doesn't taste the same, the onions don't taste the same, the peppers don't taste the same. So what you're tasting will not even be what you're tasting back home. Just a little bit of education. Please pick a book. Travel. Taste things. There's more to learn than, I eat just Jamaican. There's more to life.
The more people talk about this diaspora wars, especially amongst Black people, it's just so nuanced because it's so hard. This is another conversation entirely. It's so hard to differentiate. The white person doesn't know whether you are West African or Black American or from East Africa, even though those of us who are Africans can actually tell that there's a difference in the look between East Africans and West Africans. You are all black at the end of the day. So what's all this fight? What's all these things? Anyway, let's keep on listening to what the Africans have to say.
Africans in America are not trying to be Americans. We're surviving in a country that forces you to adapt or get left behind. Have you ever heard of assimilation? You think we're cosplaying because you see us speaking English? We're not wearing our tribal clothing? Every immigrant group does it. You think the Chinese are eating duck feet at lunch? No. You think Italians came here and didn't switch it up? The difference is when we go home, yes, we become who we've always been. The language switches, the mannerisms come back, the food, the music. And let's be honest, most of us are code switching for survival. Because if we came to school eating fufu or smelling like palm oil, y'all would have laughed. Y'all been laughing. We been African booty scratchers. We been go back to the jungle. So whatever you've been taught about us, please unlearn it. Because I made a post very unprovoked, and then all of these people came for me because I said Africans are the first people. And I wasn't saying it just because I so happen to be African. Don't fight me. Fight history. Don't confuse survival with imitation. We know who we are. We're not trying to tell y'all, come on, find who you are, but don't disrespect it because your grandparents were also lied to. We didn't erase your identity. We're still learning to hold on to ours while walking through customs and racism.
I don't know about your FYP, but lately on my FYP, I have been seeing African Americans saying on the 1st of August they're going to boycott African businesses because they're not American. I've been seeing a lot of those videos. They believe they're not Africans. Some were even going to the extent of saying they don't have African features. And African Americans, don't come for me, but there's African American behind your, is it tied to your ethnicity, your background, but you don't think you're African. I'm not saying you're African like you were born in Africa. And by the way, Africa is a continent. There's like 54 countries in there. Yeah, just putting it out there. Okay, you guys, obviously some of you don't know your roots, some of you know your roots. I am so sorry about what happened decades of years ago to you guys. Okay, I apologize on behalf of our ancestors. I apologize, but this is the thing, you're African. Sorry to be a bearer of bad news. You're African. Like, there's African American behind your identity. Yes, you might know you were not born in Africa like we were born in Africa, but your ancestors were from Africa. I don't know, American school system, what do they teach you? Actually, you know what, scrap that. The white people have blown all the school off, so I'm trying to like and then some of the ladies are saying I don't have, even men as well, I don't have African features. But some of you are traveling to Turkey to get your nose pointed because it looks too African and too, am I bugging? I'm not saying don't cancel African businesses. If you want to, by all means, but it's just the fact that you guys, I'm not saying claim African because you're not born there, you were not raised there, you don't know your background, you don't know where, I understand that, but it is still part of your identity. Are you African? Someone like me, yes, I know my background, I know where I've come from. I've come from Nigeria, I was born there. I grew up in England. My citizenship is not by birth. My children, however, their citizenship is by birth because they were born here. But are they going to go around and go, oh, I am British? Yeah, they are British because they were born here, but they're Black British, they're African British. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? African Americans? Like, come on, you guys, like, stop. This is becoming ridiculous on this app. Like, come on. We're all this color. If we're this color, maybe different shades of melanin, we are one. Stop this. Stop. Africans, Americans.